Brewed by Rianne. Brewed by Rianne. It's RC. I'm back. Just got finished watching the Oscars. I was eating, doing a couple other things, and it was better than I expected. So let's start off with my top 5 red carpet moments. The first one, Constance Wu. She stars in Rich Crazy Asians or Crazy Rich Asians. And she said that this is the history in the making with her nomination because it's the first time in over 25 years that a major studio has invested in a movie that has a lead Asian American person. So that is wonderful to hear that not just blacks are getting, recognition, but Asians and other minority groups are getting their recognition too. Red carpet moment number 2 would go to Trevor Noah, who basically revealed that he made a cameo in Black Panther, and I think it was more of a joke with the host because he's from South Africa. But anyway, Trevor, if you did, I didn't see it. But if it's a joke, that was kind of funny. So basically, Trevor made a comment and he was like, Lapita called me and she was like, I'm going to play your mom. And he's like, sure, you're going to be my mom. Trevor's like a flirt. So basically, what happened was Lapita read the book by Trevor Noah called Born a Crime. And she was just so inspired. She was like, I want to play your mom if you, make an autobiography movie. And it was actually a really, really funny moment on the red carpet. Trevor is just so funny and witty, smart and good looking. Moment number 3, Bradley Cooper. So fine. He had a crazy funny moment with the host. She was like, oh, I just kept looking around at the different credits and I kept seeing your name all over the writing credits and I just didn't know you wrote anything for the movie. And he's like, yeah, did a lot, whatever. And then she made a corny joke about, well, did you also do craft services too? You know what I mean? Like, like do the food and stuff. And then he was like, no, Tony did it. And I was just like, okay. I don't think it was really meant for you to really answer that. That was like a bad joke that you didn't get. So it was like half funny, half like red carpets have the funniest moments. Whoever failed to watch the red carpet, what I do is I DVR it so that way I don't have to be bored and watch the whole thing. So certain people I'll watch and certain moments I'll watch, and it's so funny. Bradley Cooper was it. Moment number 4 by TCM host Alicia Malone. She was really eager and excited and out of her mind, just wanting Mrs. Glenn Close to finally win an Oscar. She said that Glenn Close has been nominated 7 times over the years, and she has not won Oscar. She's basically the current woman with the most noms and no wins. Unfortunately, Glenn Close did not win. It went to the lady for the movie The Favorite for Best Actress. But I love Glenn Close's outfit, She looked beautiful. You go, girl. Spike Lee. Moment number 5 on the red carpet. Mr. Spike Lee. Gotta give it up to Spike Lee, man. Spike Lee's been doing it for decades. He's a legend in this. You gotta give him all his respect that is due. I want to talk about this moment. Then I'll say if you won or not for either best directing or what was the other one? Adapted screenplay. So basically, on the red carpet, he was asked, "Is it true that John David Washington didn't have to audition to be in the leading role in Black Klansman?" John David Washington is Denzel Washington's son, who is oh so fine. Shout out to HBO Ballers because they got John looking scrumptious on there. Anyways, and he confirmed it that, I've worked with him before. He did a one line back in the days when he did the movie Malcolm X with Denzel Washington. His line was, "My name is Malcolm X." That was it. But he, over the years, he's done things with acting and stuff, and he sometimes it's about the role. If somebody has a role and they can see you doing it, they're like, "I want you." You know what I mean? And that confidence he had, um, I'm glad, I'm glad, I'm glad, I'm glad. Black Klansman, you did that, Spike Lee. Mm-hmm. Um, Spike was asked, what would you say, what advice would you give to a younger Spike Lee? He said basically work hard 24/7, 365, dedicate yourself, be yourself. He kept insisting on be yourself, be yourself. He said that twice. Be yourself. That's part of things I say myself, like be yourself. Be yourself. Basically, by being yourself, meaning you're not compromising for this. Don't compromise for this. Be yourself. If you want to make a movie like Black Klansman, be yourself and make the movie. Okay? Spike Lee had a lot to say, and I'm so glad he won his first Oscar tonight. Best Adapted Screenplay. Yay. He's a legend. I don't know if to white people, but to black people like myself, he's a legend in this, acting world, movie directing world, movie world. He's a legend, and he needs his accolades and just dues and respect. Yes, he's very pro-black. Yes, he's very um, outspoken, but he's a good guy. Deep down, he's a good guy. It doesn't mean no harm by nothing he's saying. He just speaks the truth. Brooklyn style, speaks the truth. New York style. They can be very harsh in how they talk to people, but what they're saying is actually good. And congrats to Spike Lee, man. This is such a big thing. He felt like he was snubbed for Do the Right Thing or something like that. Back in 1989, that movie went to Best Picture went to Driving Miss Daisy. You did not get Best Directing, but you did get Best Adapted Screenplay. And unfortunately, you did not get Best Picture. But I'll discuss that in the aftermath segment, which is at the end of the video. Congrats again, Spike Lee. My best dressed female goes to Jennifer Lopez. She's still Jenny from the block. I see you with A-Rod. Y'all looking perfect. Dream couple. Anyways, everything, you guys, from the hair, clothes, style, swag. You can see it right there. She's doing her thing. Give J-Lo credit. This is redemption from the Grammys, JLo. Redemption from the Grammys. Salute. Best dressed male goes to Trevor Noah. It's hard to see with the picture, but the actual the dress top that he has is like sequence. Like it's not just like a plain tee, or I guess a plain suit tee. You know, it has a little design to it. It's really nice. Everything on his body was like cut to the T. It was just made for him. Sometimes you come on these shows and you see guys with oversized suits, and it's like, what? Trevor, you look beautiful. You look amazing. Shout out to you, my best dressed male for the Oscars. Shout out to you. My runner up for best dressed female goes to Amandla Stenberg from The Hate You Give. Shout out to anyone and everyone who made it possible to have just a little bit of politics, but not politics literally. It's not about Democrats, it's not about Republicans. It's just about saying it's Black History Month. Let's have somebody up here who actually marched with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Shout out to Congressman John Lewis. Thank you, sir, for everything you've done for this country, for everybody to just come together and unite. United we stand, divided we fall. Worst dressed goes to Maya Rudolph. The second worst dress goes to Rachel Weisz. Rachel, what was that? The runner-up for worst dress goes to the multiple Grammy Award winning country star, Casey Musgraves. What were you thinking, darling? And the award for Best Picture goes to Green Book. I wanted Black Panther to win, or at least Black Klansman. Green Book was definitely a movie I was super interested in watching in the theaters, but I don't know. I don't agree that it should win Best Picture. That's all. And the winner for Best Original Song goes to Shallow, Lady Gaga, Mark Ronman. That's not who I wanted to win. I wanted All the Stars to win from Black Panther. I actually bought the soundtrack, so I'm a little biased, I know. Congrats, Lady Gaga. Oh. And the award for Best Original Music Score goes to, you got it, that's right, Black Panther. Hey. And the award for Best Director goes to Alfonso C., director of Roma. I wish Spike Lee would have gotten his just due. Spike Lee has been a great director for like most of my life. You know what I mean? So, sorry, Spike. And the award for Best Visual Effects goes to First Man. I don't know why. I wanted Avengers Infinity War to win that. I mean, it's so good. The visual effects, like I believe that is a movie I saw in like, if I didn't, did I not see it in 3D? If I didn't, it's because I went through a group of people. When you grow with a group, it's the group's decision how you see the movie. So no, I did not. No, I went to see it with a group of people. So no, I did not see it in 3D, but I wanted to so bad. But I saw it in theaters with a group of people, group of new friends, and it was like so good. And then I even saw it again on Netflix, and I'm like, oh, this is so good. It's good, the plot, but the visuals is like so good. Come on. What do we have to do for, Black Panther to get more respect, and Avengers and Marvel to get more respect? And yeah, you have a section for like the kid stuff, whatever. But like, man, that should have won. But congrats, First Man. And the winner for best costume goes to costume design, that is Black Panther, Ruth Carter. She's also done movies like Malcolm X and a few others. She shouted out Spike Lee because he gave her her first Oscar nomination by, her doing, I don't know if she got an Oscar nomination necessarily, but she started off doing, designs with his film Malcolm X, and here she is now winning a Grammy, winning an Oscar, years later. So I'm so proud of her. Shout out to you, Miss Carter. One of the funniest moments was the no host situation, where Maya Rudolph, Tina Fey, and Amy Poehler is just killing it with every line of the opening monologue. Trevor Noah was making a joke about how backstage everybody's referring to Wakanda Forever. And he was like, even Mel Gibson was like, Wakanda Forever, and another word. Never mind, referring to how Mel Gibson calls some people the N word, And I was like, oh my God. But people actually laughed. I was like, oh my God, that's like, Trevor pushing the buttons though. Like, but people laughed, and it was funny. I was just hysterical. Like, Trevor's crazy. Leave Mel Gibson alone. Remember this moment Samuel L. Jackson said to Spike Lee before he did the awards script, and he was like, Spike Lee, and he was like literally looking for him in the audience. It was like, your Knicks, they just won after 18 consecutive losses. I just want to let you know your Knicks. What? Oh my God. Part of the reason why they have that game playing during the Oscars because they don't expect people to watch it. Think about it. They're not going to have LeBron and them playing during the Oscars. That don't make no sense. So that thing was fun tea. Not even funny, fun tea. The worst moment goes to the folks for the period end of sentence documentary. Documentary is important, but the acceptance speech was like a little bit off. The girl who was speaking with the black hair, black dress, she was like, I'm crying, and not because I'm on my period or anything like that. It's because I can't believe a movie won for that has, talks about like menstruation. And it's just like, what? Really? That's how you wanted to like start off your awards? Like, this is maybe a once in a lifetime situation. You may never ever win another Oscar again, and this is what you want to say. It was just like a TMI. I don't know what she's thinking. Anyways, period, end of sentence. One of the best moments was Regina King's speech for accepting her award for Outstanding Supporting Actress for If Beale Street Can Talk, something like that. Amazing speech, very emotional. It was nice to see her mom was in the audience, sitting right next to her, and she thanked her mom and other people. It was really, really just very humbling, very down to earth, and very inspirational speech. Thank you, Regina King. Also, it was nice to see history being made. And Hannah Beachler is the first African American to win Best Production Design. She won for the movie Black Panther. Shout out to you and your acceptance speech. That was also amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You just said so many things in your speech that was like so meaningful, so thoughtful, so thought provoking, so inspirational, and so relatable. So thank you very much for your speech. We definitely appreciate you, Hannah. We see your hard work. I'm glad it was, finally recognized. And you have yourself a wonderful night, young lady. Celebrate till the wheels fall off. Yes, technically there was no host, but this was the no host moment. I knew for my award show reviews, I always have a host moment. So the favorite, host moments, like I did for Alicia Keys and the Grammys. So since they didn't have a host, I said was going to be my favorite no host moment. So the opening monologue was my favorite no host moment. I know Julia Roberts ended the awards. That is something a host would do. So they had multiple people, you know, filling in as a host, but there was no one host. It was just a multiple host. And my favorite of the no host moments was, again, Maya Rudolph, Tina Fey, Amy Poehler. You guys rock. Muskox. On the red carpet, Amy was talking about you have a movie coming out, I think in March or May. So I can't wait to see that, Amy. I'm looking forward to you and you lovely ladies doing your thing in the new movie coming out. Whatever Brian Tyreek Henry and Melissa McCarthy was wearing while presenting the award for achievement in costume design was outrageous. And I know it was kind of like a joke, like let's make fun of these crazy and wild designs and interesting and, you know, hard designs that, these movies have to put together. But they just went so left field. They went left field, right field, all the fields. Like I was like, whoa, nah, this is just embarrassing.
I support both of you financially. Yes. And I hold your boobs while you talk. And Tina, I dub all your dialogue internationally. Eso es verdad. Hablas también conmigo.
I can't believe they allowed Tina Fey to grab a boob on national TV, on the Oscars. Where is that? How is that? In what country? In what decade is that a joke? Where's the Me Too movement, people? Because to me, that's sexual harassment. But then again, they're going to say, oh, it's supposed to be funny. I don't think any woman touching me on my breast is funny. So, sorry. Spike Lee does not agree with not winning Best Picture. I don't think he's talked about the Best Director right now, but Best Picture, he feels like ref made a bad call. Spike Lee jokes. Spike Lee said every time somebody's driving, he loses. But in 1989, when allegedly he lost to Driving Miss Daisy, he wasn't even nominated. So that was the big snub. If you ever hear a lot of people say the Oscar snub, Spike Lee, that's where that's coming from. For Do the Right Thing, he got snubbed, point blank. And Spike Lee said every time somebody's driving, he loses. That's funny. OMG.
Bohemian Rhapsody.